down the cobbled road where the lanterns gleam with a warm, soft glow. The ruby Mad Hatter, with a twinkle in his eye, greets every soul with a heartfelt cry. Welcome to the tavern, pull up a chair, grab a mug of ale. Don't fireball my goddamn tavern, I swear! From fantasy realms to sci-fi fights, we're all just stories in the flickering light. The tables are crowded with tales untold of dragons vanquished and treasures of gold. Retired adventures which viewers unite, sharing their legends deep into the night. Welcome to the tavern, pull up a chair, grab a mug of ale. Don't fireball my goddamn tavern, I swear! From fantasy realms to sci-fi fights, we're all just stories in the flickering light. There's the elven archer, his bow now hung, a cyber soldier whose last war was won. Wizards and rogues, warriors of old, all trading their yarns as the night unfolds. Welcome to the tavern, pull up a chair, grab a mug of ale. Don't fireball my goddamn tavern, I swear! From fantasy realms to sci-fi fights, we're all just stories in the flickering light. So raise a toast to adventures past. In the ruby Mad Hatter's tavern we found home at last. From the darkest dungeons to the stars so bright, we'll share our dreams in the fire's light. Welcome to the tavern, pull up a chair, grab a mug of ale. Don't fireball my goddamn tavern, I swear! From fantasy realms to sci-fi fights, we're all just stories in the flickering light. We'll share our dreams in the fire's light. Welcome to the tavern, pull up a chair, grab a mug of ale. Oh my goddamn tavern, I swear! From the darkest dungeons to the stars so bright, we'll share our dreams in the fire's light. Welcome to the tavern, pull up a chair, grab a mug of ale. Don't fireball my goddamn tavern, I swear! From fantasy realms to sci-fi fights, we're all just stories in the flickering light.
Metal skies and iron soil, marching on with endless toil. Stars align, a blazing trail. Unified, we shall not fail. Terror might be on the brink. Raise your hands, no time to think. Supremacy, our creed and call. Conquest now will never fall. Engine roar, galactic tide. Strength and honor side by side. Planets Together we ignite the light. Stars align, a blazing trail. Unified, we shall not fail. Terran might be on the brink. Raise your hands, no time to think. Supremacy, our creed and call. Conquest now will never fall. Never fall. Engine roar, galactic tide. Strength and honor side by side. Planets bow to our command. Terran power across the land. Unity in endless night. Together we ignite the light. The light to never fall. Together we ignite the light.
sail, come join the dive with games and chat and tales untold. In Ruby's realm, let the fun unfold. Oh, Ruby streams with laughter bright. By the glowing screen we set our sight. From fantasy realms to Etheus fight, every stream is pure delight. Heave-ho, Ruby, Manhattan's alive. On Twitch we sail, come join the dive with games and chat and tales untold. In Ruby's realm, let the fun unfold. On the ocean wide in the game raft, we build and float through the stormy draft. Gathering scraps, crafting our craft. In Ruby's stream we share a laugh. Heave-ho, Ruby, Manhattan's alive. On Twitch we sail, come join the dive with games and chat and tales untold. In Ruby's realm, let the fun unfold. With a hat so mad and a heart so grand, Ruby guides us through this digital land. In the chat we cheer and make a stand for the finest streams in all the land. Heave-ho, Ruby, Manhattan's alive. On Twitch we sail, come join the dive with games and chat and tales untold. In Ruby's realm, let the fun unfold. So hoist the sails and spread the word. Rubies live, haven't you heard? Join the crew, be undeterred. In the Mad Hatter's world, we all get stirred. Heave-ho, Ruby, Manhattan's alive. On Twitch we sail, come join the dive with games and chat and tales untold. In Ruby's realm, let the fun unfold. So hoist the sails and spread the word. Rubies live, haven't you heard? Join the crew, be undeterred. In the Mad Hatter's world, we all get stirred. Heave-ho, Ruby, Manhattan's alive. On Twitch we sail, come join the dive with games and chat and tales untold. In Ruby's realm, let the fun unfold.
Oh, we're tiny. I gotta fix that. There we go.
Nice.
Now we're normal sized. Alright, welcome everyone to Tabletop Tuesday, where myself and Gamera and whoever else joins us in voice chat, we basically talk about nerdy shit, we educate people on things, and, you know, we try to have a grand old time here. So, this is part me playing a game for your entertainment and part podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a little bit of fun stuff here. So, before we get into it, a few announcements before we get into the thick of everything. Excuse me. Announcement number one is our sponsors, which is Shockbite Gaming Servers and W Energy Drinks. Turns out with Shockbite doesn't play nice with Palworld because it's Linux.
Yes. Our world apparently optimized for Windows.
Yeah, they optimize for Windows, not Linux. So, it is what it is. But they do great for Minecraft, so you want a Minecraft server or something that, you know, didn't completely optimize for Windows, by all means, Shockbite's your guys.
Mm-hmm.
W Energy Drinks is also really good because, you know, it doesn't give you the shakes. They have caffeinated, non-caffeinated versions of their energy drinks. And I enjoy the Galaxy Grenade as a flavor. It's very smooth.
Hello.
Hi, Chai. That would be the 9-year-old saying hi.
Hello to the 9-year-old.
Yep. Other announcements, we are still taking entries for Stellaris Eterna Season 3. So if you want to make a faction for us to run into, to either kill, be killed by, or make friends with... You caught me while I was taking a breath.
Well, at least you weren't taking a drink.
Yep. So if you want to do that, by all means, we welcome the additions.
Yes, create an alien species to come hug our faces.
I hate you. Mind you, it is non-modded Stellaris, but to be brutally honest with how much is in Stellaris, it's really rare to have to mod it.
Yeah, honestly, modding almost feels redundant at this point with Stellaris.
Yeah. If anything, I would say the only thing I'd ever mod Stellaris for is cosmetics.
Yeah.
That's it. Most of the gameplay elements I used to mod for are now part of the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit. I've been fine, Aran, yay. Oh, I have to drink now. Alright. So, we do have one last announcement. And, I will pull it up. Because we have a video for our my D&D game on Fridays. Alright, and so that's coming soon. That is, we're Let's Playing Traviel, or I wouldn't say Let's Play. I'm running a campaign in Traviel, the setting I plan on publishing for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, as well as Pathfinder. Alright, so there is that. Hi, Jake. So with that being said, I'm going to show off the video. And we'll be hopefully enjoying... Well, I gotta fix that. Because, dear Christ, everything was over it. The chat box is still over it. Bye. Oh, there's chat box. I have to put it over the chat box. You know what? No, I'll put it under chat box. There's two chat boxes. What's up? Okay, there's that one. And there's another one. What's this one? Oh, okay, never mind. That'll work. Alright, so here we go. Let me... I just lost it. God damn it!
You got a lot
Oh, there's display
of
capture.
stuff.
Alright, so here we go. Here's the video. Your artist and songmaker must be a stud. Uh-huh. Alright, here we go. This is the entry video for Traviel. We haven't given the campaign a formal name yet.
Right.
In the land where shadows creep, where the gods and mortals meet, legends rise from ancient stone. Heroes' fates are yet unknown. Traviel, where the echoes call. In the night the darkness falls. Through the storm, through the flame, heroes rise to carve their name. From the ruins of the past to the battles that
Your fucking moral compasses are a wet wheel!
Every syndicate in the city wants your head on a stick.
in this world.
Observation. This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
Traviel, where the echoes call. In the night the darkness falls. Through the storm, through the flame, heroes rise to carve their name. Through the trials, through the pain, In the night the darkness falls, through the storm, through the flame, heroes arise to carve their name. So gather close, the tale begins in Treviol, where the dark wind sings. Join the fight, take up the call, for in this world, heroes rise or they fall. Where the echoes call, in the night the darkness falls, through the storm, through the flame, heroes rise to carve their name.
Yep.
Are you
All
gonna
right.
play Frowns again?
So that was the semi-official announcement of the game.
Yeah, like a sizzle reel for the campaign.
Yeah, little sizzle reel. So yeah, it hopefully, you know, the campaign goes well. We start our first session Friday.
Nice.
So Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on my channel. We'll be broadcasting it. And I know several of the players are also going to be streaming it on their channels.
Excellent.
No, I will not play the intro to Trafiel yet, Jake. That comes later. That's not tonight. We gotta tease them with something. Yeah. Alright, let me get to the game. Alright, there we go. Oh Christ, the game's missized as usual. God damn it, game. Stop it. There we go. Doesn't teasing require consent? Not always.
I guess it depends on the kind of teasing you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. I mean, hey, sicko. Knock that down. Should have ponied up to catch that Morgan Freeman narrate. Oh, God. Alright. So, aside from that fun stuff, let us talk about the first thing to mention today, and that is D&D as well.
Yes.
Because Wizards of the Coast, you know that little fun sign that's in most workplaces that says, this many days since an accident?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast, I swear, has a sign that says, this many days since the last, fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, I just was thinking of them in terms of, you know how when you are gaming and your dice just get real cold and you just keep rolling fumble after fumble? That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, this many days since the last, D&D debacle. Yeah, and they hit 0. Oh no, they hit 0 a couple of days ago. I think it's up to 3 now, I think, or something like that. I think it was over the weekend this dumb shit happened. So, Dungeons & Dragons made a announcement on their website called D&D Beyond, which is basically what you use for your virtual character sheets.
Yes.
What most people use, all right? They stated that while they will be allowing most of the character sheet to be either 2014 or 2024, depending on what your campaign's doing or what you want, so on and so forth, they mentioned a list of things that were being forcibly updated. And on that list was magic items and spells.
Yep.
And this made the D&D community collectively lose their shit.
Yeah, because basically they were saying you effectively can no longer run the 2014 version of the game in D&D Beyond because all the spells will be gone, unless you want to take the time to basically make homebrew versions of all the existing spells, because homebrew content would carry over.
Yeah. But then the problem with that is you would have to homebrew every single spell and item.
Yes.
And that's kind of fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
And so, after 24 hours of basically getting lambasted online, massively, they walked it back. Now, some people said it was because of the online criticism, so on and so forth, all that jazz. And I hate to break it to ya, folks, that's not the case. The online criticism was mainly the voice of what actually occurred. Because what made Wizards and Hasbro go fuck, and rolled it back, in 24 hours, they lost 10% of their D&D Beyond subscribers. Overnight.
Yep.
Yeah, they did a "see, we're listening, just talk to us." No, they listened with their pocketbooks. And they went, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is not sustainable.
Yeah, like a 10% drop in one day is massive.
Yeah.
And they panicked because they thought, oh shit, this is just in one day. How much farther can it fall?
Yeah.
Push it, push it, push it, push it. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
push it.
that is definitely the whole Ruga. They were freaking the fuck out. So they walked it back, thankfully. But Paizo didn't let this event go unmarked. Did you see Paizo's message response?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love this. They stated, they informed everybody, come to...
As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
Give me a second. I got Spyro, or Spypro, and give me a second, Haroon. I gotta wait like a few moments for that to kick in. Alright, so Paizo made, I didn't say official announcement, but their social media page replied, saying, hey, you know, what won't change your character sheet without your permission? Come to Pathfinder.
Yeah.
We don't even control the digital marketplace for our character sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paizo's like, yeah, we're ready since that last fuck up. Yeah.
Observation. This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
Or I wouldn't say one person. One person I saw, but there were probably several people who pointed this out, replied, well, if D&D Beyond character sheets don't work for you, why don't you just use the printed version?
Right.
And there's a slight problem with that. Now, not everyone has access to a printer, but some people do, and that helps. But if...
Yep.
Do you know how much a stack of 5 character sheets costs for D&D if you were to just buy them?
Wait, just buy the character sheet, or do you mean like print the character sheet?
Not print. Buy. Because Wizards of the Coast sells character sheets.
I'm sure they do, but if you're buying the character sheets, you are really screwing yourself.
It's $20 for 5 character sheets.
That's ridiculous. You should just print them.
Yeah, I know. At that point, just go to a fucking print shop and pay like $2.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. At this point, I do not understand why Wizards of the Coast sells character sheets. I guess for the people who are stupid.
I mean, if they're providing like a premium character sheet on premium paper stock that, you know, is really pretty design that you can't easily print a high quality version of at home, maybe? But honestly, home printers are great these days.
Yeah, I mean, shit, man, you can buy online a stack of what's labeled as parchment paper, but in reality it's just really thick paper.
Right.
Oh, fuck. That went bad. Yeah, you could buy that paper, and I think it's like, for a stack of 50, I think it's like $20.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like stupidly high quality paper.
Sure.
And that's still saving you way more money than buying the character sheet outright.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I bought character sheets back in the second edition era, but that was when home printers weren't as common. Like, you might have had a dot matrix printer, but you couldn't print shit in color.
Yeah.
So there was, more of a reason. But yeah, I don't know why anyone would um, buy that these days. Jesus.
Hey, Flu. How's it going? Blue Pick's here. Blue Pick, did you see that video I sent you?
Okay.
Oh, come on. Come on. Let me... Get over there. Never mind. It's dead now. Library copy machine is 10 cents a side. Yep.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
There's just...
There are dozens of ways to get these character sheets made.
Yeah.
I mean, there should be no reason you ever have to go through that.
Nope. But, yeah, Wizards is going to try to grub every little, dime they can.
Yeah, unfortunately. And so there's that. But yeah, Paizo pointed that out. And then apparently a popular 5e content creator took... Sorry, it was a Pathfinder 2e content creator. Grabbed a couple of 5e players and a couple of new players who have never touched the game, any TTRPG, and had them play as part of an experiment, and then told them to write down what they thought. And the 5e players were shocked at how similar Pathfinder 2nd Edition is to 5e. And that it made several improvements over the 5e system.
Cool.
The biggest one they commented about, and this is the biggest complaint about 5e D&D, the action system. In 5e, you have a action, bonus action, and a move action.
Right.
Because of that, there are times where you don't have a good bonus action to do.
Yep.
And so you have to end up wasting that bonus action. I'm here lurking. My kiddo keeps pulling me away. Hey, that's fine, Flu. I understand what it's like to be a parent. I got 2 of my own. But yeah, so a lot of people complain about, you waste a bonus action, things of that nature. And I get that. Where Pathfinder 2e has a 3 action system. You essentially get 3 action points every round. And... Oh, you're going to say?
I was just going to say, yeah, 3 actions and a reaction.
And a reaction, right, that's right. And movement's an action, attacking's an action. Certain spells are 1 action, some spells are 2 actions, some spells are 3 actions.
And there are a few rare spells that you can actually charge across multiple turns and do more than 3 actions, but they're pretty rare.
Yeah, they're rare and they're usually pretty fucking potent.
Something tastes more, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. So they commented that there was a lot of things about Pathfinder 2e that they thought was really cool. The biggest complaint they had was it was way more complicated than 5e.
I can see that it is more complicated. I don't know about way, but yeah.
Yeah, that I'm paraphrasing slightly with what they said, but they said it was significantly more complicated for them to pick up than 5e was for them. The new players, on the other hand, that was the 5e players. The new players did not say that. Their biggest issue they had was there were too many choices at the beginning. So because there were so many choices, they had a hard time picking what they wanted to do.
Right.
And it's like, okay, I can also see that.
Yeah.
Like, that can be a normal thing I can see. And I was like, alright, no problem. So that was like an interesting little 5e debacle there.
Do you remember which Pathfinder 2e content person it was that did the comparison?
It was on Twitter, and I remember liking it. So, I mean...
It's not important for you to go hunt it down right now. I was just curious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I can look it over while I talk. So,
yeah.
There is that. Oh, I did see one comment that made me chuckle, though. It's what makes starting with a good group very important. Very true, Fedor. Very true. I did see one comment that made me chuckle that's slightly off topic, but it came across the thing. Someone complained that 30 FPS is not playable on a video game. And someone went, my brother in Christ, Ocarina of Time ran at fucking 20 FPS.
Yeah, you don't need to have high FPS to have a good game experience.
Yeah. Here it is. Pip the Spicy.
Okay, I'm not familiar with them.
Last night I played Pathfinder 2e Beginner's Box with one player who had never played TTRPGs before and another who had played strictly 5e. I asked them for takeaways and they shared their things. Not different from 5e. Even though we're level 1, everyone had cool things to do, even the martial classes.
Yep.
That was one thing a lot of people in 5e get really upset about, is the martial classes kind of get shit on. The 3-action economy meant no waiting to see if a player had a bonus action to take or not. 3-action economy meant no one did just one thing on their turn and then that's it. Faster combat felt more dangerous. Monsters were more interesting, more unique abilities, interacting with the environment, taking cover, hiding, fetching special weapons, so on and so forth. Unique classes were cool. They loved that her witch could basically do 2 spells every round, and her hexes regularly mattered by turning misses into hits.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Magus was super cool. They liked that idea. They liked the kinesis not being resource driven. They were surprised that no one had attacks of opportunity like that, but it also meant they can move around the map more. For the non-TTRPG, they were playing a cleric. Hey, kill it, skill it. What's up? Finally get to catch on. Dad, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, I will say the lack of attacks of opportunity for most characters and monsters is a solid design decision. That's one of the special things that fighters get, which makes them, cool.
Yeah, makes them Inquisition's here. I'm doing fine. I'm resting from getting things ready for the move. My wife is not resting at all because, no rest for the wicked, apparently. Love you.
You want to rephrase that?
I don't get that much rest either, other than streaming. Alright, so the cleric, what she said was easier to pick up and play than she expected. She enjoyed the cooperative nature of it. Enjoyed being able to take a player from dying to full health. She enjoyed that the class seemed way more straightforward in play than the Magus and the Witch did. Leveling was fairly straightforward. Was surprised that no one was playing against her. Even the DM was on their side. The monsters were just in the way. And is very interested in playing again, though not weekly. To be fair, she's a 60-year-old teacher and doesn't have time every week.
Yeah.
So apparently Pip was originally a 5e content creator and has become a Pathfinder 2e content creator due to the fuck-ups of Wizards. Yeah, fun times. Alright, I know there's a piece of art. Where did I put it?
Welcome, traveler.
Welcome, I skillet, to the tavern. Grab yourself a mug of ale, pull up
As
a
I was
chair,
trying to tell you, there are
and
no
don't
bullets
fireball
left
my
in this
goddamn
gun, you
tavern.
see?
Observation. This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were playing Overwatch. Nice. Alright, so speaking of companies that have screwed the pooch and have done course corrections, we now move on to Disney. What games do you be streaming? There is quite a large list there, my friend, on that one. Mondays, we've been playing Star Wars The Old Republic on both Mondays, because we alternate. Tuesdays, it's been Rimworld. I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 for a while, but that stopped working. And then Wednesday is you guys get to pick.
Wildcard Wednesday.
Yeah, Wildcard Wednesday. For 5,000 gold coins, which is a channel point redeem here, you get to basically pick what game I play. I won't be streaming this Wednesday because I have to go to my son's back to school event. So next Wednesday will be Hades. And with how well I did last time, I might just finally escape.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then Fridays, we play Dungeons & Dragons on here now, starting this Friday. I have to actually add that to my schedule down below at some point.
That's true.
So anyway, the Disney...
There will be a peanut gallery out for D&D.
There will be a peanut gallery for D&D because Anne will be being a peanut gallery, as she usually is. Speaking of which, we should do her entry real quick.
By kissing their boo-boos and slapping the bitch who made the boo-boo.
And then we'll also do Gamera's because his is nice too.
Sure.
You know, the song I picked for your entry was a happy accident.
Oh.
I was looking for Gamera gifts and I saw like 3 or 4 of them. So like I looked at like the top 2 lines. Oh damn, Ulster's on a 15 stream streak. Damn, dude, congrats. So I was like looking at the top 2 lines, and that was one of the ones in the top 2 lines, and I was like, okay, I mean, that's nice, but it's a little silly, but whatever. And I started going through my copyright-free music that I have on my computer.
Right.
And that song played randomly.
Uh-huh.
Because I accidentally double-clicked on it. And so I was like, nope, I found it.
Perfect.
Perfect. Oh, that was wild. I was like, why? Why is this a thing? But yes, by the way, everyone, 50,000 gold will get you your own audio-visual entry. A stabby drow may be in the peanut gallery too. I keep missing the time of the game. 7 p.m. Eastern time, going to 11 p.m. Eastern time. And at 9 p.m., we are taking a 15-minute break for us to use the bathroom, get a drink, all that jazz. And during that intermission, I will be displaying art that has been made for the game, whether for my book or by people who have been making art as the game progresses. So, if people decide, oh damn, I love that one scene, I want to do a picture for it, then I'll be like, I will show it on my stream. It is going to be random, but hey, it may show up.
Nice.
So, I very much like to show off people's artwork because, you know, some people have amazing talent that I could never hope to have. Because my hand don't work like that. I have tried drawing. I've tried drawing multiple times. I can't do it.
You know, I'm okay-ish at the dexterity part of it. It's the visualization that really tanks any possibility of me being an artist.
See, for me, it's the other way around. I can picture the image in my head. I have like a vivid image in my head. I cannot get image from head to the hand to the paper. It just does not fucking work. That's why I write. Because words, I can at least figure out what the fuck I'm doing.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. And we got Skillet dancing, doing a rave. Oons, 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 oons. Alright, anyway, Disney's fuck up. I keep getting distracted. Yay, ADHD. Ah! The wife grabbed my ribs. So Disney fucked up. What did they fuck up with? Well, they spent a lot of money. Give me a second, I will tell you how much. Alright. So, Disney spent $180 million on the Acolyte.
Too much.
Yep. Alright. They only made... So, sorry. The Acolyte cost roughly, if someone did the math, out of that budget, it cost them $670,000 per minute of footage. Alright? Now, they haven't said how much the Acolyte has made, but the leaks so far have stated that the Acolyte lost money.
With things that go direct to streaming, it's real hard to say what loses and gains money, but right now I think all of Disney Plus is kind of losing money, so...
Yeah.
Welcome, traveler.
Yeah, we're not shocked by this. Welcome, Shadow Queen 11 to the tavern. Grab yourself a mug of ale, pull up a chair, have fun, and don't fireball my fucking tavern.
There are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
Now, I have heard that there are some good things about the Acolyte, like people have praised, I think it's Manny Jacinto's character as being very interesting, but...
There were, according to what I've read, and from what I've seen, because I watched like the first 3 episodes, and then I just watched clips for the rest, because I couldn't be bothered to watch the rest.
Sure.
It was just like, I looked at it and went, nah, I'm just not into this. I am not opening the door for the FBI. Piss off. No. Alright, Fury and Alan, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate lurks. Good luck with your adventure. But no, there were a lot of things I just didn't care about the Acolyte for.
Okay.
Like, some of them, like the biggest one was the chant. We've discussed this before, where the chant seemed very basic.
Mm-hmm.
Fedorian came up with an interesting idea to make the chant more interesting without changing the words.
Hmm.
Do it in another language.
Sure.
That would have made it sound better. I would say changing the language. Also changing the tone and cadence. Because the way it was said fell so flat. It didn't have any real emotion behind it. Which, I'm not sure. Have you ever been to any pagan events, Candid?
Not that I recall.
Okay. I've been to several.
Clearly, if I've been at one, they put some kind of spell on me so I would forget.
They wiped your memory. Okay, I'm not joking. Did you flashy thing me? Yeah, of course, there's probably a Fae there who's like, hey, did you have a fun time? Yeah, can I have your memories of the event? And you just happen to say yes. Oh, excuse me while I choke on my lungs.
How the hell do I get up there?
Alright. Are you making it? No, it needs 3 components. So we're waiting on components, which is steel, and I'm using that to make guns right now because, let's be brutally honest, I could use guns. You have a gun, you have a gun, you have an axe. You have throwing daggers. Let's give you a lever action rifle. Wait a minute. Is that better than... It is better than the Rebel pistol. So, let's give you one of the lever action rifles. instead of the Rebel pistol.
In any case, they decided not to renew the Acolyte.
Yeah, sorry, I keep getting distracted. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So there won't be a second season of The Acolyte. There will be a second season of Andor.
Good.
Now, don't get me wrong. I did not personally care for Andor for the most part. I mean, there was a lot more in it that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But the overall story, I kind of was very meh on. I didn't hate it. I was just like, Honestly, I found other parts of Star Wars better, especially The Mandalorian.
Okay.
But I could chalk that up to just personal taste. But I am happy to see that Andor got a second season. Like, seeing what they did with it, I could see it getting more a continuation of the story. With The Acolyte, with what I've seen of it, I am honestly not shocked that it didn't get a continuation.
Right.
It was just so poorly made. And I just don't understand, like, what they were thinking.
I think they were just thinking, hey, we're Disney and we need to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, we need to make shit tons of money, and, we're gonna fuck that up.
I mean, it could be worse. They could have made the Borderlands movie.
This is true, and how badly that flopped. Borderlands movie actually lost money.
Oh, yes. Lots and lots and lots.
Yeah, and went from the couch. Is anybody actually surprised there? Somewhat yes and no. I mean, I was hoping it would do well. But it is what it is. But none of the actors or actresses had chemistry in either Borderlands or The Acolyte. Like, it felt weird. I'm trying not to make friends with the Imperium. As much as that kills me. I'm gonna get rid of that. Yeah, so basically, anytime the Empire offers me a quest, I'm gonna say no to it. Because in Rimworld, I was doing a runaway story from the Empire. Anyway. But no, like, the Acolyte actors and actresses just didn't have chemistry with each other. And that was kind of a problem. One of the actors for the Acolyte made that, slight gaffe. Which was, like, I don't consider it that big of a deal, but it's more shit on the camel, if you want to get my gist.
That's an interesting expression. Don't think I've heard that one.
Well, like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I kind of get the vibe.
Yeah.
It's just an unusual expression is all.
Yeah. But he was the one who made a comment that Anakin Skywalker was his favorite character because he blew up the Death Star.
Ah.
And if he had just done it once, it could have easily been chalked up to, hey, he misspoke, he didn't quite understand, da-da-da-da. No, when challenged, he honestly thought that was the case.
I see.
And I'm like, that tells me you didn't do any due diligence in the research of your part in the Star Wars show. Because if he had done even 5 minutes of fucking research, he would know that wasn't the answer. Like, I've seen people who are not Star Wars fans that do not care for the movies much, and they still know that it's Luke Skywalker who blew up the Death Star.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you fuck that up? Just, ow. So yeah, Disney, basically, their walkback was they got rid of the Acolyte for the second season, which is making Kathleen Kennedy unhappy because her best friend was the person running the show.
Who's her best friend?
Let me see what the fuck the name of the woman was. Can't remember her name. Just give me a second. Lee Jung Jae. Nope, that's not it. Leslie Headland was the showrunner for The Acolyte. She also co-created something called Russian Doll.
Oh yeah, Russian Doll.
Okay. Whatever that is. But yeah.
It's a really, really good series from what I hear.
Okay, that's... At least... Then I don't fault her for just being a shitty showrunner then. It's just maybe bad, alignment of stars or something. But yeah, Disney informed her that they're no longer interested in her running a show at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, any other Disney projects that she was involved in, she is no longer involved in. She is no longer working for Disney, in any sense of the word. So, that makes me think that perhaps The Acolyte lost quite a bit of money in whatever mathematical thing, Disney did.
Yeah, could be. It could also just be, though, that maybe she was difficult to work with in a way that they didn't expect. You can have even a successful show, and if you're a pain in the ass to work with, then the executives are going to go, we can get somebody else.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't see them canceling a show for that.
Not necessarily, but I mean, I'm not saying that The Acolyte did well, but we're not going to work with you again for right now might be beyond just The Acolyte not doing well.
Yeah. Unsure, but supposedly Kathleen Kennedy's not happy that the showrunner for The Acolyte is gone, and they had a lot of social media presence with each other.
Uh-huh.
More so than the other showrunners.
Right on.
So, that's the guesstimation that they were really good friends. So, there is that. What else was happening in the fun times of geekdom? I feel like I should do like a fun little announcement like, This Week in Geek. What else is there? I'm trying to remember. I don't think anything else stands out to me right now. I can't think of any other news information that comes to mind. So with that being said, is there anything you wish to bring up before we move on to the wheel?
I'm trying to think. It seems like there was something else that was pinging my brain that was kind of a company screw up, but
I can't think of it.
Has Ubisoft done anything shitty this week?
The fact that we have to specify this week. Let me look this up. Has Ubisoft done anything shitty this week? I'm literally typing that in.
I will say in some positive news, something that I'm really excited about, we got a new Nintendo Direct this week, and some of the stuff that they ran trailers for is really exciting to me. So we had a couple of Capcom fighting game collections, including a Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which is going to be the first modern re-release of Power Stone and a couple of other more obscure Capcom classics, which is interesting. We're getting a Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, basically all the arcade games from X-Men Children of the Atom through Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which, again, really cool to rescue this shit from basically unplayability. I think if you wanted to play MVC2, you had to have it a Dreamcast. Might have been the last time it was on a home console. And then the one that really got me was there's a Castlevania collection that came out today after the Direct called the Dominus Collection, which basically is all the Castlevania DS games. Which makes me very happy because there's one of those that I've never been able to locate, and honestly, the other two are some of my favorite all-time Castlevania games. So, really happy with Nintendo Direct this week.
Alright, so apparently Ubisoft has done something shitty in the last week.
Okay.
They are implementing new anti-cheat measures for Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
The QB system is their security system for cheating. Aim to create stability, blah, blah, blah. Plan, pushing these changes. Okay. I'm looking for the exact detail. They're going to be encrypting. They're going to do binary hardening on Rainbow Six Siege for security to try to counter cheaters.
Cool.
And they're saying that it should be easier to do, things of that nature. But they're not getting this rolled out until next year.
Okay.
And they're saying that it is impossible to get this taken care of within a reasonable amount of time. They're also implementing an anti-toxicity reputation system. Basically, when you get reported by other people, your reputation goes down, and if people commend you, your reputation goes up. And this also, if your reputation goes down too much, you will start losing the ability to have voice chat. And you will also be able to limit how many commendations you can make to other squad members.
Interesting.
Because this won't go badly.
I mean, it's the idea of a social reputation system. I've seen this before. It could work okay if they implement it right.
But this is Ubisoft we're talking about.
But this is Ubisoft we're talking about, so, you know.
The chances are very, very low that they're going to do that. I will make you a gentleman's bet, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
Oh no. The gentleman's bet is once again less than $1. And in this case, I will bet you 75 cents that this new system that they're trying to implement will fuck up day one without fail.
Okay, so what is it a win condition if they never actually implement it?
Sure. If they don't implement it, I will concede a loss on that.
Okay.
So is that your
thing?
Because
that's honestly my take, is that they're talking a big game, but they'll actually never pull it off.
Okay. So you're saying they'll never pull it off. I'll say they'll try to pull it off, and day one it'll fuck up so badly that it'll just never work again.
Fair.
it's like, god damn it. Alright, so that is this week in Ubisoft fuck-ups. Oh my god. Alright, let's hit the wheel. Oh, wrong display. Why is that not the right display? Game. What happened there? Try this again. Here we go. The wheel! I just realized bigotry in gaming.
Okay.
Okay. I would say this counts for both in bigotry in fiction and bigotry in what's the word I'm looking for?
Both bigotry in the story and bigotry around the table, I think, is what you're getting at.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. My brain just was not processing.
No worries.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? And we got Haroon dancing with the little R2-D2. Alright, so now poor Maverick is here by himself. For how many days? Oh. That was 3 people to carry out the investigation. So, oh boy. Hopefully, they can get back quickly. Cheryl has arrived. Alright, so I didn't exactly pick my best people, but that's okay. We are mostly looking for the one thing and to get out. Let's just change the light. Yeah, I want that one turned on. You can summon a pawn to the current location. Can I summon myself? That would be cool. Alright, let's shoot open the wall. Alright.
So, bigotry in gaming. I'm gonna, I guess, start the talk focusing on bigotry within the story, because that's simpler.
Yeah.
So, bigotry can be an element that you would include in any kind of game. You could have a species or race that is, looked down upon by the others in their, fantasy world or context. Usually you'll get this sort of thing with like, all orcs are evil, or, the drow are bastards, that sort of thing. It's something to be cautious with. Doubly so if you have a player character playing that species, because honestly, bigotry is kind of a damper on fun for most folks. And I'll give you the
target of it.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. I'm running a Cthulhu game set in 1890 London, and if I really wanted to be historically accurate, there are all kinds of bigotries that could come into play, and in some fairly nasty ways. But what I discussed with my players is that I don't necessarily want to focus on that unless they want to focus on it. So what I mean by that is like, I've got several players who are playing female characters, and women didn't have their own rights. They couldn't vote. They were essentially a denigrated second-class citizen in London of the time. And if one of my players wanted to play like a suffragette who was fighting against the oppression of their people, I could totally, play into that. I'd be happy to give them some villains that were bigoted to push back against, give them some plot elements to go along with that. But what I said was basically, if you guys don't want to focus on that, that's fine too. You'll meet the occasional NPC who's kind of a male chauvinist snob, but it's not going to keep you out of doing anything that you really need to do. You're not going to feel bad because you picked this gender instead of that gender. You're still going to be able to fully participate in the game. One of the player characters is a lady doctor, and that was almost unheard of at the time. But you know what? Occasionally she'll meet an NPC that finds it remarkable, but most people treat her as a respected professional. And the way I worked it into the story is basically, because you are uniquely, a lady doctor, there aren't many of those. You're going to get a lot of patients coming to you who are women who are looking, for a doctor that isn't a male chauvinist asshole. So it became kind of an advantage rather than a disadvantage.
Well, which is helpful.
Yeah. Similarly, we've got some characters who are of Irish descent, and I've played a little bit more into like the Irish-English tensions of the time, but I have not made that, where they're getting spit upon by people because they're Irish. Nothing like that. So I'm trying to keep it at a level where it's fun and not, oppressive. What about you for in-game ones?
In-game ones, the book I'm writing, for instance, the country of Gorano hates orcs. They hate orcs, they hate goblins, they hate lizard folk. Mainly due to the fact that their neighboring country is filled with those and keeps raiding them. So, when you have a particular group of people that are consistently raiding your shit, you tend to not like them much. But I also treat that as kind of one of the problems in the country for people to overcome. So, like, I gave every country an issue, an external issue and an internal issue.
Okay.
So Gorano's external issue is the orc raids, but their internal issue is the straight-up racism of their country.
Yeah.
So there is that. Let me go that way. I do not want to deal with that. So a great example of that is Opus, the country of Opus. They have slavery. That's a thing there, and that is an internal conflict for the country. There's also two nations in perpetual war for reasons they've yet to be fleshed out. That is true. There is Animar and Seneca, but that is not so much a bigotry in how do I want to put it? It's not a racism bigotry. It's more of a nationalistic bigotry.
Right.
You're from there. You suck.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So there is that.
Yeah, I once had a player in a game years ago. It was a pulp game set in the 1930s, and honestly, he played up the bigotry of his character to the most incredible extent, and it was hilarious because his name was Sir Reginald Spencer. He was a white British archaeologist who went to, I want to say Cambridge. It was either Oxford or Cambridge. But basically, anyone who wasn't a white male Englishman was beneath him. So even Americans, anything other than white male Englishmen was beneath him. And then if you went to any school other than the one he went to, then you were a joke, unless you went to the other one I mentioned, in which case that was fine, considering that it was, if you went there for, like, agricultural studies.
No,
so he was from Cambridge and looked down on Oxford, was the only other real school, but it's basically calling it an ag school. And he was such a comedic asshole with it. It was enjoyable. Now, obviously, all of my players in that game were white, and if there had been anybody at the table who'd had a problem with it, I would have told him to dial it back. And he's a good guy. I think he would have done so. But just this cartoonishly exaggerated bigot can sometimes be a fun illustration of just how silly this stuff can get.
Yeah, like how bad it gets, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's honestly a good way to use bigotry in game, is to either have a villain that's kind of bigoted, just don't overblow it or overdo it, or if you have a player who's bigoted, have them either grow out of it or make it not that big of a deal in game. AP, hey, 25 months of subscribing. Thank you, AP. I'll give you another great example of bigotry in game that I had. I played a ratfolk witch guy named Narzenkan.
Mm-hmm.
And he was racist against humans. I wrote into his backstory why he was against humans, things of that nature.
Yep.
He had a reason to be the way he was. Didn't
Sure.
make it right, but it is what it is. And he referred to all humans as idiot humans. Which we had a human in the party who was a brawler. So by the time the game ended, he referred to the brawler as not the idiot. Someone attacked him once, and Nar looked at the guy who attacked him and went, "He may be an idiot human, but he is my idiot human."
Right.
And kind of took on a fatherly role to the human. The only other human in the party was a wizard, and she quickly proved that she was not an idiot human. Yep. Nar's other thing was he was able to determine who he considered a good person or not by, like, offering to let them pet his toad, and if they mistreated his toad, he got very upset.
Naturally.
He's like, "Would you want to pet my toad?"
Yeah, I once played a racist against humans character as well. In the background of the particular campaign setting, all the races of the world had kind of banded together against an external threat and united under a single government, but that government had proportional representation, which meant based on the population. But since the elven population was so small compared to the human population, essentially they had become just like total vassals to the humans, and he resented that very much. So his like campaign goal was to reestablish an independent elven homeland, and he wasn't like, "Oh, humans are stupid, blah blah blah." He was basically just of the opinion that, no, we need our own space away from them. This isn't right. So it was more of a passive racism than an active one. But he was kind of a fun character to play.
Alright. That's kind of bullshit. So, it glitched. I was supposed to get a shuttle, and it didn't give me a shuttle. So, fuck it, we're doing that. I don't like doing that, but thank you, game, for glitching and screwing me over, so I'm not letting 3 of my people just die out in the wild.
Nope, nor should you.
Okay, capture him first. Thank you, because he's a plant person. And Trey's here with the horse racing again. And Haroon's doing the unicorn hype with Deadpool. Alright. So, bigotry outside the game.
Yeah.
This is something you really shouldn't be okay with, anyone.
Yep. It's the fundamental rule of a gaming group is you want every one of the people around the table to have fun. And it's hard for people to have fun when someone else at the table is talking shit about them or even being passive aggressive because they don't like being around whatever kind of person that is. Yeah. Now that can be, based on race, it can be based on religion, it can be based on, sexual orientation, lots of bigotries out there. I'm trying to think if I've ever had an openly bigoted player at my table and had to deal with it. I don't think so.
I've had one. Just
okay.
One.
Can you talk about it?
I can. I'm collecting my thoughts on this.
Sure.
All right. So, the person in question had their character be bigoted, and when I asked why their character was bigoted, they couldn't give me a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Sure.
So that is a problem. And I think you can understand why.
Sure.
Um, so the player in question is someone you know.
Okay.
Morg's ex.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me somehow.
Yeah, I thought it wouldn't. Um, his character was very bigoted.
As I was trying to
He
tell you,
tried
there are
playing
no
the
bullets left in this gun,
stereotypical
you see?
racist,
Ah.
and there were several moments where I had informed him he had taken a step too far.
Yeah.
And there was only one instance where he actually tried to argue with me on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are those who are convinced that any attention is good attention and start stirring the pot. Yeah, that is this guy. It was bad. In particular, he didn't use any racist terms directly. Like, he didn't use the hard N-word.
Right.
But he did often refer to POCs as being less than others in character.
Okay.
And I just had a major issue with that.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where it's like, nope, I am not fine with this. I am glad that game eventually went away.
Yeah, sounds like it was stress-inducing.
Indeed. But bigotry in games, if it's in... Yeah, it was super problematic. Agreed, AP. If it's in character, talk with the player, make sure everybody's okay with it, saying like, okay, everybody's fine, we're all cool, everything's good, cool. All right, we can keep it going with that. Like, for example, a great example of bigotry in gaming, in the game, but not in person, is Sam Riegel's Critical Role, Scandalin. He hates goblins. He straight up is racist against goblins in character.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when you see him out of character, there's not a... I swear to God, there's probably not a racist bone in his goddamn body.
Yeah, he seems pretty chill.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay. Anne's character has the absolute hatred for the undead. But once again, out of game, not racist.
Right.
So, you can have it done in game and still add to the story in a good way. Just as long, as it doesn't become problematic for the other players, things of that nature.
Right.
Out of game, I honestly cannot think of a single reason why there would be bigotry allowed out of game. For me, if I run into someone who does like bigotry shit like that, I tend to just tell them to leave.
Yeah, honestly, I will say that like all my current group are, as far as I know, everybody is like fully white just because we live in a largely white area. I have had people of other races in my gaming group before, but I do have a lot of LGBTQ folks in particular. I've got a lot of neurodivergent folks in particular, and I don't want anybody to treat them as lesser. They don't deserve that. They deserve to just have fun, just like any of us.
Yeah. And to be honest, like, if anybody ever went to that level, I would not be okay with it, especially the people in your group.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people in your group that I'm just like, oh, you fucked with them. You're not gonna have a good day. Your day's about to go poorly. Which game were we talking about? We're talking about gaming in general, Slayus. The topic was bigotry in gaming. Like Gamera brought up earlier, a game set in, like, say, the Victorian era of England, yeah, there's going to be some bigotry in the culture. That was part of the culture back then. You can tone it down for the comfort of everybody.
Absolutely.
But having the occasional character kind of just, snort, look down at you, I mean, doesn't hurt too many people.
Yeah, you basically want to keep it at a level where it's not hampering anybody's fun. That's the rule. People at the table need to be able to have fun.
Yeah.
And so we just always try to make sure that people get to have as much fun as possible.
Oh yeah, and that's the way to do it. It keeps everything happy. All right. I mean, I knew that was going to be a relatively short topic because there wasn't much disagreement between the two of us. I think we're on the same page on that one.
Right.
It's like, fuck that in particular. Trek. Do we have anything to discuss with Trek lately?
Let's see. I know that we've got Lower Decks is supposedly entering its final season, which, makes me sad because it is honestly the best Star Trek, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
We are about to get Strange New World Season 3, which is great because it's the second best Star Trek, in my opinion.
Think Gibbon. Hey, Think Gibbon, thanks for the 100 bits for our Owlbear Biddy. He'll play with those later, knock him around, probably eat a few. But we'll see how that goes. I'm at work, but I'm here. Hey, working is A-okay here, my friend. We
Lurking and working.
Yeah, we work. Oh, we're talking about Trek now. My field. Yes. Star Trek Academy started filming and Tilly's nowhere in sight. Really? I was hoping she would be in Star Trek Academy. I loved her character. Like, she was one of the few characters in Discovery that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Like my favorite part for her, hands down in Discovery, was when they went to the Mirror Universe. And she had to pretend to be Killy Tilly. And that was great, because some of her ad-libbing, well, at least in-character ad-libbing anyway, was just wonderful. I was like, okay, yep. Yeah, I thought she was casted in it too. Like, everything I remember said that she was in the Academy.
Maybe she'll be a guest star later on.
Or maybe she's written in for a later episode.
Yeah.
I didn't see her in any cast pics. Her and the EMH from Voyager. Yeah, the EMH from Voyager is the best character in Voyager. Hands down. If I was going to say my favorite character in each show, in the original series, it's really close between Spock and McCoy. Their banter is just too fucking good.
Yeah.
I have a hard time picking which one.
Yep.
Like, Kirk is, like, a close third. Like,
honestly, original series, just fantastic cast overall.
Oh, yeah. I can't think of a single character in the original series that I would label in even dislike. Like, they're all enjoyable characters.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Next Gen. My favorite character in Next Gen is probably Data, with Guinan being a close second.
Interesting close second.
Yeah, I love Guinan. I love how she interacts with a lot of the crew. She has a lot of really good scenes. Like, the screen time she does get is really utilized well.
Mm-hmm.
Though, actually, let me go back to the original series for one thing. I like Troy for a lot of reasons. I'll say my favorite non-Enterprise character, or non-main ship character, okay?
Okay.
For the original series, it was Sarek.
Okay.
And that's more from the movies than the show. Like, in the show, he did a decent job, but the movies, he really shone.
Sure.
Especially Star Trek 4, where he got into that verbal sparring match with the Klingon. And I was like, I love that. That was, I want more of that. For next gen, him and Mud. Yeah, Mud was good. Mud is just Mud. Yeah, you love to hate Mud. For next gen, my non-Enterprise character that I really enjoyed. Let me think. Oh, this one's gonna be a hard one because I love Sela. Don't get me wrong, Sela is classic, and she's very well written. But the silliness of Galron, I think they just edge it out for me.
Galron is just a delight whenever he's on screen.
Glory to you and your house. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Never has an actor done so much with their goddamn eyes alone.
Yeah, I agree. Or like the first episode he appears in, where he looks at Duras and goes, "I'm going to kill you, Duras," and then he does the eye thing slowly.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Oh, there is no Star Trek character in existence that has not been memed more than fucking Galron.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. That's why I love Galron, but like Sela is a close like debate for me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because she just has so much good wordplay with the characters.
Yeah.
But for what little time she's on the screen, that is.
Yeah.
So there's that. How about you for the original and next gen?
As you say, Spock and McCoy's chemistry is just excellent.
Oh, yeah.
And as a classically nerdy kid, I strongly identify with Spock. I'd probably give it to Spock as my favorite original series. If I were thinking outside the Enterprise, man, I don't know. I will say that I'm a sucker for a big hammy performance. So Mud is excellent, but Trelane is also really good.
I forgot about Trelane.
And honestly, I'm going to do something weird. You mentioned, of course, Sarek, played by Mark Leonard, but Mark Leonard also played a Romulan in Balance of Terror, the captain of the Romulan ship, and he acts the hell out of that. So
he does. Oh,
yeah.
Those are all really good choices. Shit, I'm rethinking mine.
Well, I mean, just the 60s were a great time for this kind of slightly over-the-top, broad acting, and honestly, as much as anybody on that show overacted, you could never really get on Shatner's level, so everybody else seemed more normal by comparison.
Yeah. Apparently, Trelane is officially a Q now.
Yes, they have sort of retroactively adopted him into the Q continuum, basically, and I can see it.
Yeah, I can totally see it. No, okay, then with your statements, I'm going to make a slight change.
Okay.
As much as Mud is a good choice, I'm going to combine Sarek and that Romulan officer because they're the same actor.
Okay.
And I'd say them. Just hands down them.
All right.
Not to mention, didn't he also was the main Klingon in the motion picture?
I'm trying to remember.
He was the Klingon captain that went bye-bye in the beginning of the film.
He might have been. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah. So how about next gen? Your favorite main cast crew member and your favorite off the ship member. Oh, he was.
Honestly,
Leia says he was the same Klingon captain.
Yeah.
Yay.
Honestly, I'm going to say Data because, again, I'm a very nerdy kid. Identify a lot with Data.
Oh yeah, same.
So he'd probably be my favorite in terms of on the ship. I tend to be drawn to very, elevated performances. I do like over the top. Man, Q is a hard one to pass up. John Delancey as Q is incredible.
No. There's a reason why I didn't pick Q for next gen. Okay.
Okay.
Gowron was sillier for me than Q was, but I love Q nonetheless. And Sela had more story impact per se. Q's showing up later.
Okay, fair.
I'm putting a rule on myself that I can't pick the same person in multiple series.
Okay, that's fine. But what I was going to say was, if I'm thinking about it, I'm honestly going to go with Loxana Troy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Just because if there's one person in the entire universe that makes Picard more uncomfortable than Q, it's Loxana Troy.
Yeah, that's true. Slayus goes, he's got a pop question for me. What was Spock's original color going to be? Are you talking about his skin color? Or are you talking about his uniform color?
I believe he's talking about the skin color.
Skin. Okay, skin. Okay, wasn't he going to be green, I think? I don't remember this little tidbit. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. I want to say green. Blue. He was going to be blue. Oh, they were going to make him like an Andorian. Okay, neat. So I was off. Okay. So then we hit Deep Space Nine. Oh, red because they wanted to match with the lava. Okay. Yep, never mind. Red. It was red, but he looked too devilish, probably.
Oh, yeah. That would have been awkward for
60s.
Yeah.
So Deep Space Nine. Favorite station character. It's a tie between two characters.
Okay.
Quark and Odo.
Yeah.
With those two are my favorites. With a close second, and I mean really close. Like some days, it takes the lead. Garrick.
Garrick and Bashir have incredible chemistry, and it's fun to watch them. Quark and Odo have incredible chemistry. It's fun to watch them. Those are just both iconic pairs.
Yeah. For off the station, Wei-Yun. All right. So Wei-Yun is that, which means in all the other Star Treks I'm picking, I can't pick Jeffrey Combs.
Then you have fucked up, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Because you have a problem when you get to Enterprise.
Yes, I know. I have a big problem.
You have a problem, pink skin.
Yeah, pink skin. Don't get me wrong. I love Shran. Shran is a great character. I just love Wei-Yun more. I have so much more love for Wei-Yun.
I mean, that's fair. But yeah, I think that my favorite Jeffrey Combs is definitely going to be Shran. So
all right. So what about you for Deep Space Nine? Because mine was like Odo Quark with Garrick as like a close second. Faye goes, the Ferengis were hilarious in Deep Space Nine. Yeah.
I'm going to say that I'm going to agree with you and pick Odo and Quark. Just because, like, Garrick is incredible, and his playing off of Bashir is fun. I love Garrick to death, but there is no more iconic kind of interplay than the smug little shit trying to get away with things, and the absolutely humorous officer of the law. It is a classic for a reason, and yeah, I just love to see Odo and Quark just sparring on total bullshit.
Yeah, I just realized we're in the wrong corner. It's okay. There you go. I fixed
Now, off the station,
Yep.
Kai Wen.
Wait, as your favorite?
Because she's so awful, dude.
Oh my god, I hate her so fucking much.
That's the point. It's a character you love to hate.
I can't stand her. Like every time she's on the screen, I just want to grab a disruptor and shoot her.
Yes!
Like, motherfucker.
There's just something so refreshing about someone who has absolutely not one shred of a fucking redeemable quality, that is just that goddamn obnoxious, that hated. There's purity in that, and I love that.
Oh, okay. That's a different way to take that. I can't say no. I can't disagree with you. What's up, Ruby? I'm playing Rimworld while we are discussing right now Star Trek. We decided to go into a little fun, I don't want to say tirade, but like discussion about who our favorite characters were as part of the main cast versus off this ship or station or whatever, like secondary characters. So there's that. So let's hit the next one, which is Voyager.
As I was trying to tell you, there are
yes, Voyager.
All right. For me, Snailey's Snailington. I come to look into the big, scary rock walls and see other tribe lands. Hello, hi. I got 2 fun facts about the starships. All right, hit us with them. While we're doing the Voyager one. All right. So for on the ship, it is straight up, the EMH for me.
Yeah, totally get that. Robert Picardo is an amazing character actor, and his role as the EMH is just a delight.
Yeah.
No arguments here. I will go ahead and say that though Tuvok gets close for me, it's definitely going to be the EMH for me as well.
Alright, so apparently the original Enterprise was presented upside down and the Reliant was shown upside down on the movies by accident. Okay, so the Reliance being upside down was an accident on the movie, where the Enterprise was upside right, and when it was supposed to be the other way around. Cool. That's neat. Oh, I got a drink now. I know this isn't Star Trek, but Picardo, I feel was his best role was Stargate was Woolsey. Yeah, no, he did a great job as Woolsey. I loved him in that show, especially when he showed the characters in the show that he's willing to bend the rules as he needs to, and his relaxing clothes was a full-on 3-piece suit. That's what he got into to relax. Which is like, okay, that's a weird character, but I love him.
Yeah.
So off the ship. Off the ship, I gotta say my favorite character might be technically a cheat, but technically not. And that is the female Q.
Okay.
I loved her sass.
Fair enough.
I love the sass she had in the episodes. Though I will admit, the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson showing up in Tsukatsu made me laugh hysterically.
Of course.
I was like, wait, what? All right, so you agreed with the Doctor. Who's your off-the-ship person?
This is difficult because, honestly, there's so much about Voyager that is forgotten for me. It's one of the ones that I've rewatched the least. I think I've seen every episode, like, once.
All right.
Oh, man. Trying to think if there's anybody in particular off the ship that stands out to me.
I mean, I have a suggestion that might hit you.
Yeah, it hit me with some stuff.
How about the Borg Queen?
Ooh.
She had
Maybe.
She had a lot of time. She showed up a lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's see. There was Seska, because she was off the ship eventually. There was the Species 8472 people that could talk. There were the Hirogen. One Hirogen in particular comes to mind for me.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just blanking on good Voyager side characters like that.
Slayus says, "Don't forget Tuvix. Tuvix doesn't count because that's on ship."
Yeah, I was gonna say Tuvix is. I guess he's not a regular crewman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a little cheat here because I did think of something. But he's technically an on-ship character, though we almost never fucking see him. The Bajorian serial killer.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Suitor.
Sure, yeah. I don't remember his name.
No, that was his name. I think it was Lieutenant Suitor. He was a serial killer. He was relegated to his room. He found peace in botany.
Yes.
And then eventually, when the Kazon took over the ship, he was the only one that had to deal with it, and he had to kill Kazon. And that bothered him a lot. I can agree with Suitor. I can let that fly because he did show up very rarely.
Yes. He was not a regular crew member.
Yeah. Or a combination of regular crew members.
Right.
So, there is that. Alright, so then we get to Enterprise.
Yep.
Favorite on-ship character? Phlox.
That is a strong choice.
I have a hard time really respecting most of the crew. Because at one point or another, they annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yep.
Usually something severely. I can only remember one instance where Phlox annoyed me, and it wasn't even that bad. And that was the episode when he was by himself, and I understood what they were going for with it. That's why I don't fault it that much. It's just like a minor annoyance for me.
Right.
And that's it. As fun as this is, gotta go. Okay, Slayers, you have a great night. For off the ship for Enterprise, it's I can't pick Jeffrey. I can't pick some fuck, what is his name? Shran. Can't pick Shran. So I'm going with Shran's opposite. Saval.
Okay.
He played off the racist against human really well early on, and then his character growth into respecting humans by the end of the series was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's good character growth.
Yep. Yeah, he had some great character growth. I am very happy with it. So, like, that would be my off ship. So, your turn for Enterprise.
I love Phlox. It's hard for me just not to duplicate you there.
Yeah, I mean, Phlox was such a great character in that show.
He's got a lot of charisma. He brings a great energy to the show.
My favorite episode with him was when his wife showed up.
Yes!
Or one of the wives showed up.
One of the wives, I was going to say.
How are you? I hope your stream's going well. Yeah, Tassie, it's going great. And then the wife started hitting on Trip.
Yes.
And like Trip was like so upset. He's like, "Oh God, like the doctor's wife's hitting on you. This is so bad." And like the doctor's like, "Really? She's hitting on you? Do it!" And like poor Trip was so confused.
Yeah. I'm gonna say if it wasn't for Phlox, I would probably pick either Trip or Hoshi. I think that they are both interesting enough. I do like Hoshi quite a bit as the linguist. I like Trip as basically the most sensible character on board the ship. But yeah, Phlox is going to get my pick, and then for off ship, it's Shran. It's always been Shran. It's 100% Shran.
Shran all the time. Yeah, I can get that. Oh man, yeah, Shran's a really good choice. He's a really good character. He was really done well. But like I said, I can't pick Jeffrey Combs every time. So I had to have some variety. Alright.
Yep.
So then we have a break from Star Trek. And then Discovery comes up. And we have to pick
the
favorite on-ship and not on-ship person. My favorite on-ship person is, I think his name is Hugh.
Okay.
The Doctor. He is. I have to step out because I have an appointment. I want to show some love and leave work. No problem, Tassie. You have a great day where you are, and hopefully your day goes smoothly. But no, I think his name is Hugh, if memory serves. He was in a relationship with Stamens, that stupid mushroom scientist guy who was kind of an asshole.
Okay.
But he was a good counterbalance to Stamens, where Stamens was not good with being social with people or understanding them. Hugh was very empathetic with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he was good at... He was practically the ship's counselor. And he was like such a great character for people to interact with. And one of the best scenes that always stuck in my head for him was... him and Stamens were brushing their teeth in their quarters, and they were having, I don't want to say an argument, but like kind of a discussion back and forth about Castalian opera. And Stamens hates Castalian opera, and Hugh just kind of laughs and makes a joke about, well, you know, I didn't fall in love with you because of your taste in music.
Right.
And it's like, he became the Troy of Discovery. Yeah, that's very true. But it was like, it was such an interesting conversation because it was one of the first gay relationships I saw on screen that didn't feel forced.
Right.
It felt natural. Like the conversation he had with Stamens about the music, I've seen similar conversations that my wife and I have had.
Right.
So it's just like, this is cool. I like this. For off-ship characters, oh boy, there are 3 that stand out to me, and it's really close between the 3. One is Empress Giorgio, because I think it's Michelle Yeoh that plays her.
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry for mispronouncing the name. Michelle Yeoh. She, great character, great acting, love it to death. Then there was the guy in the future that has the glasses on, and I don't remember his name, but he always came across as kind of a like secret agent. Not Carl. Carl was the Guardian of Forever. Carl was the guy in the bowler hat. I remember that much. Because I remember seeing when he announces, it was like, I am the Guardian of Tomorrow or Forever or something like that.
Okay.
But I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the one with the glasses. He questioned Giorgio several times, messed with her, and he had a very intimate knowledge of what Terrans were like. So there's that. And then the third one, and this is kind of, I had the third one in my head. Give me a second. I can't remember her name. She became the Chancellor of the Klingon people in season 2. Do you remember who I'm talking about?
No, remember, I gave up on Discovery very quickly.
Her shtick was that made me laugh with her was towards the end of season 2. There's a big battle scene going on, and she hits her head on like a bulkhead or something, as the ship gets hit with like a major attack, and she starts laughing. She goes, "And here I thought my chancellorship was going to be bloodless." And I was like, that is such a Klingon thing to say. Like, full on respect for that. All right. So what limited discovery you've watched? Who is the character you like on ship and off?
Keep in mind, I've seen like 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really thought, is his name Salu, the Doug Jones character?
Huh?
The big, tall, skinny one?
Oh, yeah, that's Saru.
Saru, not Salu. Okay.
Yeah, Saru, yeah.
Yeah, Saru.
The guy who sensed death.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the only one with any fucking common sense on the ship.
I like him a lot. He is at least interesting.
Yeah.
As far as people off the ship, nobody.
Yeah, no one really stands out. That's fair.
Because I saw so little of it, I really didn't get a chance to, meet any of the off-ship characters of significance.
The next 2 shows should be easier for you.
Yes. Anything will be easier than Discovery.
I'm getting invested in the Federation present. That's fair. For me, the next one is, I'm going to say not Strange New Worlds. Lower Decks, because that came out before Strange New Worlds.
Yes.
So Lower Decks. On ship.
Lower Decks. Lower Decks.
Yes. On ship and off ship. Okay. On ship. What's the guy with the cybernetics? I can't remember his name.
Oh, God, I just blanked on it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I can picture his character. I picture most of his lines. Cannot fucking remember his name.
His first name is Samanthan.
Yeah.
But
that's not what everybody calls him all the time.
No, they call him after his last name.
Motherfucker.
I have a Funko Pop of him.
Yeah, like, go look at that.
Like, Rutherford.
Yes, Rutherford's my favorite. For on ship.
Okay.
Hey, Ange. Yeet. For off ship on Lower Decks, what is the Ferengi that they keep running into?
I don't remember if he's been given a name or not. I think Mariner does refer to him by name. Let me see.
She refers to him by name a few times. I remember that. But I like him. He's kind of he's neat. He's silly. He is a fun character.
Oh my God, I didn't know that they titled an episode that way. Jesus Christ.
What?
There's an episode titled Parth Ferengi's Heart Place, which is a reference to the obscure show Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Oh, Jesus.
And I did not know that they had used that. Let me see. Lower Decks, Ferengi, Mariner's Pal. Quimp!
What was it?
Quimp.
Quimp. I love Quimp. Quimp is hilarious. He makes me chuckle.
Yeah. Human! He plays up the exaggerated Ferengi stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yes, 3 more days, Ange, and then the D&D game comes. So there is that. What about you for Lower Decks? Favorite on-ship and off-ship character?
Honestly, the on-ship characters are all fire, and I could easily, depending on what day you ask me, pick almost any of them.
Yeah.
That said, Devon Attendee is probably my number one of the lower deckers, and of the command crew, probably Dr. Tana, just because she's fucking hilarious.
I love Dr. Tana. I love her interactions with the security chief.
Yeah, that's great.
It's great. Love it. We're not going to talk about it because it'll get me fucking banned.
I love Tendy's just, chirpy science girl energy. I love that she created a dog that apparently is some kind of eldritch abomination because she really didn't understand what a dog was.
Yeah. And then my personal favorite about her was the fact that she is a fucking Orion pirate princess.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody, as soon as they hear her name, freaks the fuck out.
And then goes into her formal title shit.
Yeah, and she's like, "Stop it!"
And again, I'm going to go with the Kai Wen option here. Characters you love to hate, though I suppose that does change over the last time we see them. Peanut Hamper, the bastard exocomp.
Yeah, the bastard exocomp.
Though I honestly could have easily picked their partner in crime, except they're voiced by Jeffrey Combs.
Again, another great Jeffrey Combs fucking performance. God damn, the dude is everywhere. All right.
Jeffrey Combs is a treasure, and we are lucky to have him.
Yep. Then we hit the last show, and that is Strange New Worlds.
Yes.
I'm gonna start with off-ship favorite character first.
Okay.
And that is
you do you.
The Klingon from the episode that he was a Klingon diplomat, and it turned out he was a kind of a killer earlier in his life.
Yeah.
That guy. I can't remember his name, but I remember.
I've thought of a wonderful present for you. Shall I?
Fair enough.
And is here.
On your knees. I want you to beg for forgiveness.
Yeah, she's getting her Sephiroth kick in. For on-ship, it is a hard choice. Because there are a lot of really good characters. For me, it's kind of 2 characters, 3, sort of. Unfortunately, the third character is kind of short-lived.
Okay.
And as soon as I say that, I think you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Quite possibly.
The engineer Andorian.
Yeah.
He was a great character, short-lived though, so I can't really say he's my favorite.
I mean, he was great while we had him.
Yeah, Una's a good character, but she doesn't quite squeak my favorite spot.
Okay.
My favorite spots are between Mabenga.
Yeah.
I love Mabenga. I love how his character story all goes. It is so well done.
Yep.
And the other one is the new engineer.
Ah, yes. Again, she is a national treasure, that actress.
Yeah. I can't remember the character's name, though, but I know the voice, I know the character. Like, I remember the one scene I just saw from season 3, where all the crew have to be turned into Vulcans for a short mission for something.
Yeah.
And I don't remember why. And she got the same injection, and they're all like writhing in pain on the ground, and they were warned, they're all warned this is gonna be slightly painful, and they're all like, "Oh my god, extremely in pain." And she goes, "That looks fun."
Yeah.
And she goes,
the character's name is Palea, by the way.
Yeah, Palea, thank you. And she goes, I had the same problem with LSD back in the 60s. And, the 90s, and like 3 months ago. It's like,
yeah.
I loved how like Mabenga suddenly just looked at her like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love her to death. She is such a great character. So there is that. So your turn for both favorite on the ship and off the ship character.
So I think Strange New Worlds might be one of the best cast Star Trek shows ever since the original.
Yeah.
You've got someone who stepped into the role of Spock and actually feels right. They cast, well, I'll get into that in a second, but just about everybody on the ship is amazing, and I love to see them. Carol Kane as Pelia would honestly be right up there with me, but I'm going to go with Captain Pike himself.
Ooh, that is a good choice. Anson Mount did a great job as Pike.
He's fantastic. And honestly, Star Trek series for me tend to live and die by their captains. The ones that I feel are weaker have either inconsistently written captains in the case of Voyager, or charismatic lack of charisma black holes like Enterprise.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, Captain Pike, they cast him perfectly. I love his character thing being cooking. He's just, fantastic to watch. So he would be my on-ship pick for sure. My off-ship pick is going to actually be the other thing that I was getting ready to say. They found someone who doesn't look like William Shatner, who actually plays a convincing James T. Kirk, and I love them for that.
Yeah, a younger James T. Kirk. That is a really good one. The only... How do I put it? I like his character. I felt the Klingon just hit me in a different way better.
Absolutely.
So there is that. All right. Well, it's about that time. So we are about to raid out to someone called
Alrighty.
I'm a Pear Bear, and they are playing The Sims 4. So nice little relaxing, taking care of Sims and hopefully not drowning them.
Yeah, let's not drown them.
If you are one of my many tavern visitors, please use the following raid message. If you are one of my tavern patrons, please use the following raid message. And join me Friday. Join me Friday for Fable Friday, where we'll be starting our first session of Traviel. Name pending for the name of the group, because the group hasn't come up with a name yet. So we'll see what they call themselves. I want to keep an eye out for the Venture Maidens, but that is tomorrow. Yep, sorry. Alright, so I'll catch you guys all later. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves, both mentally and physically. And I know you come to my Ruby's Resplendent Tavern for the witty banter, but you stay for my fuck-ups. Alright, see you all Friday. Doodles.
Doodles.